bad news for Austin Booker, and the Chicago Bears made more roster moves. The Bears have added Austin Booker to the injured reserve and signed Scott Daly and Devin Duvernay back to the active roster. They've also signed three more players to the practice squad and made a couple more moves. I'm going to break it all down. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First, Devin Duvernay and Scott Daly have both been signed back to the 53-man roster. I mentioned yesterday that I expected both of them back and explained that they are veterans and have their right to decline offers from other teams, and we would probably add someone to the IR. I was hoping it wasn't going to be Austin Booker, but unfortunately, Book is going to miss the first 4 games of the season. Also, to make room, the Bears also had to release linebacker Carl Jones, another guy who could be back on the practice squad soon. Meanwhile, Duvernay is still our starting kick returner and possibly punt returner as well. There were some people who overreacted when he got cut yesterday. Moves like this happen every year. As for Austin Booker, the rookie was having a breakout training camp and he recorded 4 sacks in 2 games during the preseason. It looked like he was on pace for a breakout year. This is definitely a big setback as he will now miss the first 4 games of the season. Hopefully, Booker can get back on track and salvage the rest of the year. The biggest question now is, do the Bears need another pass rusher? Neither guy we added to the roster today can rush the passer. And currently, the only defensive ends on our roster are Montez Sweat, Dale O, Dominique Robinson, and Daniel Hardy. We do have a couple of guys on the practice squad, Tano Passanio, Xavier Carlton, and Jamry Cromah. But this will probably lead to people talking about the Bears trading for Micah Parsons again. We got some big news here, guys. I initially recorded a segment for this spot where I was going to talk about why I do not believe the Bears would trade for Micah Parsons. But as I was editing this video, Micah was traded to the Green Bay Packers. Oh man, some people are going to view this as awful news. But what does this mean for the Bears? And what are the details of this trade? Let me quickly break it down. The Packers gave up 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons. And then they made him the highest non-paid quarterback in NFL history with a new 4-year, $188 million extension, averaging $47 million per season. Wow. Micah Parsons is now a Green Bay Packer, and he will face off against our left tackle at least 2 games a year. The NFC North just got better today, and the Packers got better as well. Kenny Clark has been a problem for the Bears, but going from Kenny Clark to Micah Parsons is going to cause us even more issues. The last few years, we had issues with the interior of the line. But with Drew Dahlman, Joe Tooney, and Jonah Jackson on the inside, the Packers now plan to attack Braxton Jones or whoever starts at left tackle. And he's going to see a lot of Micah Parsons. And let me be clear, I'm terrified of seeing Braxton Jones start 2 games lined up against Micah Parsons. We got to hope that not only can Ben Johnson scheme for Micah Parsons, but that this hurts the Packers in the long run. Maybe they gave up too much and paid too much. But this makes the left tackle situation even more interesting in Chicago. I'm curious what you guys think of Micah being a Packer. Let me know in the comments, but I have some more Bears news to cover first. But the Bears did add 3 more players to the practice squad. Tight end Nikola Kalinick and 2 defensive backs, Dante Manning and former Bear Javarius Owens. To make room on the practice squad, they released long snapper Luke Elkin and defensive back Mekhi Garner. Here's a quick look at the entire practice squad. Remember, we do have a couple of pass rushers here. I expect at least one of these guys to get flexed up for the first couple of games. We could see Jamry Cromah or Tano Passanio active on Monday night against the Vikings. And then let's take a quick peek at the full 53-man roster as it stands now. Things are settling back in here with Scott Daly and Devin Duvernay back in the fold. Jalen Jones adds depth to our secondary. If we end up making another move, the next guy to go might be cornerback Nick McLeod. It's always a numbers game here, and he shouldn't be considered safe. I said the same thing about Carl Jones, and he ended up getting cut today. but the 53-man roster is almost locked in with just over a week to go until game day. There still could be another minor move or two. The positions I would watch out for are running back and pass rusher. Let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about the Bears roster. As always, I appreciate everyone who watches. Please hit that like button for me. Stay tuned. And until next time, bear down.